Why they don't make Canelo fight undisputed? Tag Eddie Hearn. Undisputed versus undisputed. Fuck it. I'm 150. I gained a little weight. Canelo.
Canelo.
Not Eli and Kobe. Canelo. Like, nigga, don't fuck with me, nigga. Like, for real. Let me show y'all what it is. Why y'all don't make Canelo versus Charlo? Fuck y'all talking about, nigga. Somebody put that shit together. Lil Charlo will fight anybody. Nigga, I ain't never done no smoke, nigga. Undisputed versus undisputed. That could be a big thing in boxing. Fuck it, nigga. That bitch can't beat me with that shit. His last performance, that bitch can't beat me. Motherfuckers. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Eddie Hearn, go put that Charlo shit together.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I'm in a whole new city tonight here in Tokyo, a whole new part of Tokyo I've never been to, just kind of venturing around and finding my way. I'm in, I think it's called Hibiya City, Tokyo. I went to go see the Godzilla statue. You know, that's what I came to see, you know. But yeah, that's kind of in the middle of the city, I guess. But while I'm walking and while I'm patrolling the streets, I figured I'd come talk some boxing with you guys. Because there are some things I want to talk about. There are some things I want to sound off on. And a couple people ask me to do these videos, so I'm going to actually combine two topics in one because they're both kind of intertwined. Now, we'll start with Jermell Charlo. As you guys saw in the beginning of this video, he had a lot to say about, you know, Canelo Alvarez and you know, coming off his you know, his performance where he didn't look his best against John Ryder. He looked great early, kind of faded late, lost some rounds, showing some vulnerabilities, showing a little sign of slippage. You know, he didn't show himself to be the Canelo Alvarez from 2021, and that's what people were looking for. They're looking to see the Canelo Alvarez that fought Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith and, you know, those guys, you know, when he was on his way to become undisputed. So a lot of fighters been getting real confident coming off the heels of that, and one of those guys is Jermell Charlo. Now, I'm not talking about Jermell because a lot of people confuse Jermell with Jermell. Jermell's the middleweight. I'm talking about Lil Charlo. I'm talking about the one that's undisputed. He's out here calling out Canelo, and people have been asking for my thoughts on it. And quite frankly, it's just noise. It's senseless, meaningless noise. It really and truthfully means nothing in the grand scheme of things. He has a lot of business to settle at 154. I mean, I didn't always like Jermell Charlo. He won me over. He actually became one of my favorite fighters in the midst of him winning all these fights to become undisputed, and he showed himself to really be a true fighter. But ever since he became undisputed against Castano, I feel like, you know, complacency has set in with Jermell Charlo, and he hasn't really been the most eager to fight. You know, he's had a bunch of injuries, quote unquote, and I personally think he should be stripped the same way I think guys like Canelo should be stripped. But like, he's had this fight with Tim Tszyu lined up for a long time now. Tim Tszyu already took one fight in the intermediate period against Tony Harrison. He beat the dog shit out of him. Now, Tim Tszyu has to take another fight, and he's fighting June 18th against Carlos Ocampo. We'll touch on that later on. But when I look at Jermell Charlo, I see the language, the body language that is, and the behavior of a guy that obviously is a fantastic fighter. He became undisputed. We know that he's improved a lot over the years. He's not the same guy that fought John Jackson all those years ago, but at the same time, you know, he's complacent, and I really do think that I don't know what he needs to do. I'm not his advisor. I'm just saying I think some of these governing bodies need to be a bit more strict with Charlo because he fought last May. It was around this time last May. He ain't made a towel defense since last May. He's been AWOL since last May, and now he's out here calling out Canelo. Well, he needs to worry about fighting Tim Tszyu. He needs to worry about fighting Brian Mendoza. He needs to worry about fighting them guys because he's the man in the division, and like Spider-Man once said, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So, you know, that's my piece on Charlo. As far as Tim Tszyu, he's taking another fight in the intermediate period while he waits for Charlo to finally get over his injuries. He's going to be taking on Carlos Ocampo. Yes, that Carlos Ocampo, the same Carlos Ocampo that fought Fundora, that got stopped by Spence. You know, showing himself to be a durable fighter, a much more improved fighter from the Spence fight. But it is what it is. It's a fight where I think it'll be exciting because Ocampo has a way about exchanging and taking punishment, and he's a fun fighter to watch. When he goes rounds, as you saw Fundora, he can give people a good fight. And I think his style will mesh well with Tim Tszyu, and it will be a good fight. But ultimately, it's just another stability fight for Tim Tszyu to win and sharpen up and just keep the reflexes, keep his skills sharp, keep his strategy sharp, and be the best he can be moving forward. You know, because at some point in time, Charlo is going to have to drop them belts. He just is. Like, either he's gonna have to fight the belt, he's gonna have to defend the belts, and be the undisputed champion, and be the guy with a target on his back, fight Tim Tszyu, or he's gonna have to vacate the belts. Now, if he vacates the belts, then obviously we got guys like Brian Mendoza, who I'm sure would love to fight for the undisputed strap. I'd love to see Tim Tszyu versus Brian Mendoza. Brian Castaño's still in the fold. And there's a whole host of other guys at 154. 154 is a division that always has, credible, top guys. Nobody's really, because it's crazy, right? You would think once a guy goes undisputed, that's the point where he's really separated himself. But in my view, right, I don't think Charlo's truly separated himself, because now that he's the guy, he's not really doing anything to kind of keep that momentum going. It's not like when Usyk was undisputed. When Usyk was undisputed, he defended the belt against Bellew, who was one of the top cruiserweights and one of the only guys he hadn't beaten in the division at that point. So just my two cents. Even Canelo, right? Like Canelo, he beat Plant, right, to become champion, who was undefeated. He beat Smith, he beat Smith, undefeated champion. He beat Saunders, undefeated champion. Defended against Golovkin in a cash grab. We made that clear here on True School Sports. But he also defended it against John Ryder. One of in my view, one of the best guys in the division. Even though people didn't view it that way, most people didn't view it that way. I viewed it that way, and that's why I've given nothing but credit to Canelo. And I was excited about the fight when they signed it. So I say all that to say that Jermell Charlo has kind of been a victim of his own success, and I think fourth quarter of this year, that's, to me, that's really the expiration date. Charlo needs to put up or shut up or drop them belts in the latter part of this year, because it's getting ridiculous. Tim Tszyu has earned his shot at glory. He fought a guy, and albeit we know Tony Harrison that night, he got old overnight, as it can happen in boxing. But still, Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo's second fight with Tony Harrison, knocking him out is like Jermell Charlo's crowning achievement. He beat him, but he was getting schooled by him before he beat him, right? Tim Tszyu fought Tony Harrison and made him look like a C-class fighter. And we know he's not a C-class fighter. Most guys, get outboxed by Tony Harrison before they stop him. Tim Tszyu was outboxing him, outfighting him, outslugging him, everything, and then he knocked him out. So that's made it even more impressive. So that's my take on the matter. Tim Tszyu, Jermell Charlo, Canelo, all that whole thing going on. That's my thoughts on it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna keep walking through. I think it's Hibiya City. I think that's where I'm at. For any of my Japanese viewers, if you guys recognize any of this, let me know where the hell I'm at, because I'm just lost right now. But in a good way. I'm lost in a good way. Definitely getting culture. Definitely learning more about Japanese culture, and keep continuing to give you guys that world-class boxing talk when I can. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just giving Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.